a normal night for me.
Okay. Right, I need to go and grab my iPad before we get rolling so I can share shit. So, look at the state of my kitchen. There's pans and shit behind me and...
Are you suffering from house embarrassment?
Not really. I've done this for over a year now. I couldn't give a fuck.
You need lovely wood-paneled saunas.
Okay, I'll just go and knock one up. Hang on a minute, I'm going to get me jigsaw. Be back in a minute.
Oh, thank you for the invite tonight, Mikey.
Yeah, we should be live, but I'm not seeing it pop up anywhere.
We have a live thing. It's on the YouTubes. Is that what you're looking for?
Oh, that's good. I think it's just Twitch that's taking forever. Twitch always takes its sweet ass time.
Cool.
Give me work off of there. That got needed docs.
Okay.
Right, where do we want to go? Twitch or YouTube's?
Well, how about you, Twitch?
I Twitch, you Twitch, we
I
all
think
Twitch.
that's a medical issue.
Is it even going on Twitch?
Or Twoob?
Whoop.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It took a full fucking minute to fucking go live. You know what? I just remembered I don't have my hat, which is a problem. Dexter, stop clawing my chair. Problem number 2. Thank you.
I'm not wearing my hat. It's hot as fuck in here.
Well, I'm very cool. I just took a hot shower, and I'm very chilly, so I look. Yeah. Brenda's hat is in the best condition. Mine is like
Well,
proper ratty now. I've been wearing it every day.
So
Wow.
You got the tags on that bitch. That's gonna be worth a lot someday. I gotta get my hat in a drink.
this is Rockstar way of doing it.
Mine, I don't know where it is.
Rockstar North. Now I've got to decide: do I scrap the story I want, or do I go for something a lot heavier, or do I keep the one I want because it's more relevant?
Just play it by ear.
Because yesterday, Arkansas said no. Being trans in Arkansas and being under the age of 21 is not illegal. Because a judge said no. See, that doesn't quite work, does it? It looks like a bad sombrero.
Yeah.
It's like an in-between hat.
I do like that hat though.
It's like, what kind of hat is it?
Paper hat.
No, it's not a sombrero, and it's not like a Stetson, and it's not like a trilby. It's kind of all over the place.
An English summer hat.
It's like an Easter bonnet. That's what it is.
Do you know what the definition of a bonnet is?
No.
A bonnet must tie underneath the chin to be a bonnet.
Okay. Explain our car hoods then.
Say what?
For our Americans, car hoods over here are called bonnets.
They are. But they're spelled with 2 T's and the hat is spelled with 1 T.
Bollocks, all this fact checking.
It's that cold. I love it.
I'm going.
So yes, I'm strongly considering scrapping my breastfeeding story for trans healthcare.
Whatever you think's going to be good.
The thing is that if I do trans healthcare though, then I'm just the token trans woman talking about token trans shit. So do I want to box myself in?
Yeah,
See,
whatever you want to do.
Yeah. All up to you.
The thing is,
now I'm in 4 minds.
no, but the thing is, I love talking about trans stuff because I ain't got a clue.
It's not even 4 o'clock where you are.
No, so Mikey, you're pouring it obviously into your green cup, so it's just disappearing.
Yeah.
The weirdest look
I'm not drinking.
ever.
Yeah, look,
Wow.
there it goes.
It's like a magic trick.
Whoa, where's Mikey's torso? Oh my goodness.
All I can say is that Penn Jillette ain't got shit on you, mate.
Exactly.
Look at that massive cock.
Are you cock-a-doodle-doo?
BBC? What?
This is some kind of witchcraft.
What are we doing? Who are we?
Sweet Schwoom, we are the Bin Podcast. Hello, everyone. It's Bin's Day. Welcome back to episode 76, which I have prematurely named Do It for Johnny, man. Do it for Johnny. We were discussing before we went live that there is a couple of gaps in some of our movie watching history. And I
80s movie watching history.
80s movies.
Yeah.
To be specific.
I have not seen The Goonies all the way through.
Sacrilegious.
Sorry. We did, and I was explaining to Wayne, I was like, there wasn't like a Netflix to just like get access to movies that you didn't have. If you didn't have the movie, guess what? You never watched the shit. That's just kind of how it
was
works.
called Blockbuster Video.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but you think I was wasting my fucking... I was getting Nintendo games back then. I couldn't be bothered with movies. I wanted to
You
fucking...
could get Nintendo from Blockbuster, though.
Right, and
Yeah.
I would get...
Two at the same time.
I would get Battletoads every time I went. And I never...
When did you buy it?
She wouldn't buy it for me. But I would rent it every time we went to Blockbuster. What was your favorite thing to get from the old Blockbuster? Yeah, let's do a little quick banteroo here and tell us what you're drinking. Rum and Coke for me. Wayne, you first.
Koolybarra, Shiraz, as per.
Yeah.
But
thought you're getting 19 crimes.
It's in the locker, man.
Nice.
This is the aperitif.
I don't know what that means.
It's a starter.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like an appetizer.
Okay.
An amuse
Sorry.
bouche, if you say it.
Amuse both.
It's a amuse bouche.
Drink it.
He said it.
Sorry.
What have I let myself in for?
Yeah. So what did you get? What was the thing that you would always... What was your favorite Blockbuster rental?
Every time I'd go there, I would get a different Mega Drive game, which, as you Americans call a Genesis.
Yeah.
So I'd get a different Mega Drive game, and every time a new Sonic game would come out, because they were always prohibitively expensive for like the mid-90s. It was like 60 quid today for a game, okay. But back in the mid-90s, new Sonic games were like 45 quid.
That's a
And
lot.
just for inflation, that's a lot.
It's like that's almost $100. That is
That's a lot.
That's like a kidney or something like that.
That's the game you have to ask for Christmas, and that's all you get.
Yeah.
Christmas and birthday all rolled into
Yeah.
one.
Oh, no. I remember I got a Mega Drive and Street Fighter 2 4 years after it came out.
That is that's one of like the highest
Wow.
tiered like fighting tournament games ever.
Yep.
Did you
People
ever play
still do it.
Streets of Rage on the Mega Drive?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, loved it. Yeah.
Best
And how
soundtrack
many of you
ever.
completed it? How many of you completed the final boss?
Yeah.
Oh.
What, Mr. Finogras?
And you could choose to be his right-hand man or fight him.
What a time to be alive. What about you, Brandon? What was your go-to rental over at that old Blockbuster?
So, well, I was more on the actual video side of it, but I do kind of have a little bit of a story about what Phoebe said about the renting of the games and the Sonic and Mario. So my brother ended up renting a game from Blockbuster, which was the Sonic and Mario, or Mario and Sonic at the
Olympics.
Nagano Olympics.
Yeah.
And so that, again, one of those hideously expensive ones that like you got a week, but it was $50 for the entire week, which back then was kids did not make that money.
No. Your paper route paid $10 a month.
Exactly. Like you were lucky if you could get a video that week. Be by yourself without any help from any adult. or pooling your money together. So my brother ended up renting that and would not allow me to play it except for one sport. And this was Winter Olympics. One
Figure
sport.
skating.
I know what
Figure
it is.
skating.
I know what it is.
Mikey, what is it?
It's curling.
It was curling.
Yep.
Because all you had to do was press 2 buttons, right?
You got your little brush out there.
Exactly. It was that was it. And I remember that when I actually started curling, I'm like, oh my god, wait, I do have experience with this as a video game.
I have training in this. Everyone stand back.
Right, exactly. And this has been a lifelong journey.
I've been to the curling stone factory up in Scotland. I have.
That's pretty spectacular, because there's only 2 quarries that they get it from, and one's in Scotland, one's in Wales, and we
don't talk about Wales.
Brenna, when you got the curling game, did you rock up like full kit? Right,
Yeah,
we're doing this.
She's got the full uniform on. She's got like a jersey, like a little paper thing, like safety pin to their front.
You stop by like Wix or B&M before and get your own brush.
No. Brenna turned. You remember that episode of Fresh Prince when Uncle Phil's hustling them in the pool pool hall? Brenna's like, break out Lucille.
What was that? Clunk.
Click, click.
It's got like a combination on it. She's got her own controller that's got like in a locked briefcase.
Custom paint job.
Little fireworks come out. Yeah.
There's red velvet and amber light that emanate from the case when she opens it.
And it goes.
How do you do it? I don't understand. Like, is this?
She just kicks it open. Ba, 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 lifts up her controller.
There's like a power lift thing that goes up.
It's got hydraulics.
Brenna brings out a brush that's like Mjolnir.
And you got Japanese anime characters doing this.
Curling brush to me. And then that's it.
You have to.
And for the record,
so picture that.
I love how our cartoon brains all went there, but I will never, ever play Sonic in any Mario game. It is sacrilegious. I weep for the death of Sega. It breaks my heart that Nintendo bought them. Like that's worse. That's worse than all of like Disney buying all the Marvel stuff. Sonic having to go to the Mario side of things is 10 times sadder.
Yeah,
it's just the you hate to see it.
Because it does remind me of the advertising campaign. We have the one thing that Nintendo don't. We have Sonic, which Nintendo don't, which was the Sega advertising campaign.
Sonic basically overnight, because of the Dreamcast, became a cuck to Mario.
That sucks.
The Dreamcast was dreadful. But the game, the console itself wasn't bad. It was just so badly made.
No, I tell you what the downfall of the Dreamcast was, the controller. The controller was straight. So you had to keep your hands like this, whereas like all the other controllers were like this. It was just an unnatural position.
But you could buy it.
It was like this, or it was like this.
Yeah. Well, you could buy other controllers to make it not so dreadful. But the real downfall was the PS2 had a DVD player.
I was gonna say it's the PlayStation that really screwed up the Dreamcast for life. And
the Dreamcast said, "Nah, they don't need that." Well. Rest in peace, Sega.
Who remembers the Sega Saturn?
Yeah, the first 32-bit one.
And they were really shoddily built.
They were.
Not only were they badly built, but the pixelization on them was terrible. I'd rather have a Mega CD than that. And let's go.
Now you're going somewhere. Now you're going somewhere.
Well, yeah. I think we've had some good bants. Some good bants that we've had here. Phoebe has joined us today. In place of the Viking, who couldn't be bothered to hang out with his best friends in the whole wide world.
Phoebe, some of his new friends again.
Yeah, Phoebe, tell us all about you and that good stuff. Like, give people who don't know you a little introduction on Phoebe.
A little introduction on me. I am a lunatic, and that's probably the best way to describe me. Mikey knows me because I appeared on Neil 604 Atheist's show doing my deconversion story. I have also appeared on other parts of the internet talking about how I used to be a white nationalist and a far-right extremist, as we now watch the viewer count go to 0. I'd like to point out that I am not doing that anymore.
They're throwing vegetables at their televisions.
I just
People
want
are
to go out the window.
trying to find me, but you won't. So I'm a reforming former white nationalist, former Jewish woman, former extreme Zionist, and I now spend my time fighting for LGBTQ rights as a trans woman. I now take part in atheist activism, but that's not what anyone's interested in. The only thing people are interested in is me playing football in goal, and that's the most important thing about me.
Let's not bring this up again. We do not have to have the football soccer fight again.
No, it's not worth it.
Get these hands.
So yes, you can find me. All my links are the same as what my name is.
There you go.
So yeah, Mikey has put me on here, and he doesn't quite know where to let himself in for.
Oh, thank you, Phoebe, for joining us. Really appreciate it.
And it's nice to have someone from Middle Earth that actually speaks English.
Oh, fuck you, you prick.
One can tell you that I don't just speak English, I can speak the Queen's English. So for the rest of today, I'm going to be speaking like this. Mikey, this is how the rest of the podcast is going to be.
Look at Wayne.
Uh-oh. I think he broke Wayne.
He's got a little pressure. Little pressure right here.
Yes, Wayne? Yes, Wayne? How can I help?
Listen, I am a lord of the realm. Me and Lizzie, we like that. All right?
Ooh.
You and Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Queen of England, Scotland, and the Commonwealth and overseas realms.
No, when you're on the level I am, it's Lizzie.
Right.
Oh, wow.
I thought that people like you, it was Lizzie W.
No, it's Lizzie, Chaz, H. Well, we fucked him off, haven't we? He's gone over there.
Don't forget Bill.
Oh, yeah, Billy. He's a good lad.
Really?
Shit haircut.
It's that balding, you see. You see, we don't talk about H much more because he's the secret that we don't talk about, because we don't generally tend to like to talk about the secret father of his. So we keep that secret.
James Hewitt.
Army Major James Hewitt will not be spoken of, and only speaking of him will result in your head being removed from your shoulders and put on a pike at the Tower of London. We do not talk about that ginger knob.
I heard. I think they're trying to communicate, Brenna. I heard ginger. Is
I
Graham coming on?
They're...
Is the ginger scouser about? Is that what I'm hearing? We got to get him back on, by the way.
Meanwhile,
we got to get the ginger scouser has to return to us. I miss him.
yeah,
That's coming out next week, Wayne. The Grand Tour Season 3.
Are you serious?
I can't wait.
It starts tomorrow?
Next week.
Oh, I was like, dude, I got tomorrow off, dude. It's
No,
lit.
next week.
I'm about to crush like 4 edibles and fucking go insane.
And Clarkson's Farm is getting a second season.
I'm gonna break it. We're on Grand Tour Season 4, Episode 4.
What?
It's not Season 3. Season 4. They did 3 studio series, and then Vietnam.
Oh, they did the specials.
The specials. I love the
This is not
specials.
a special. All of Season 4 is just specials.
It called me stupid, but I really wish they only did the specials.
No.
I could live without the track.
specials.
I could live without the track. I could live without all
They
that stuff.
have
I
got
die
rid
on
of
the hill
10.
of the specials.
They have got rid of said tent. It is now a permanent fixture at Clarkson's Farm. You can go and just take tours of it.
Even like when they had the traditional Top Gear show, I would watch all the episodes, but I only rewatched the fucking specials.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how many times I've seen Bolivia.
I'm watching Ambitious.
Which is your favourite special out of all of the Top Gear, Clarkson, Hammond and May?
Oh look!
Grand Tour?
Oh look! There's an alligator. No, that's just a lump of wood.
my favorite is the Death Road in South America.
That's Bolivia.
Patagonia.
Bolivia.
Bolivia or Patagonia?
No, when he smacks into
where they go through the jungle, or where they get chased out of Argentina.
No. That's
the death road. The death road where Hammond goes into Clarkson goes into the back of James May and he gets out of the car
with a machete. Well, and then Hammond's sitting back behind it with his arms crossed, like, "Well, James is killing the co-host now."
Yeah.
Oh,
and we can't give special mention. We have to give special mention to Oliver.
Yes, Oliver was flown back to the UK and now is somewhere just outside Gloucestershire.
He's done a couple things on, I think it's like Drive Trap or something like that, talking about like he's going to do something with Oliver, but he doesn't know yet, and he gave a little walk around and the whole thing. The Top Gear fucking appreciation show has to be behind the paywall. Me and Wayne, we're gonna get on it this week. We're gonna start. We're gonna start.
Now,
recording.
here's a question: is it the Top Gear appreciation show, or is it the Clarkson, Hammond, and May appreciation show?
Yeah, I would say
it was
the latter.
I would say
it has to be the latter, in my opinion.
But I want it to be
when
more.
When you had Shouty McGingerknob take over the show, it just went downhill.
But I really want it to be more of like the auto enthusiast part of it, because we can talk about other stuff too. I don't want to just limit us to only talking about Top Gear episodes or Grand Tour episodes or whatever. But there is such a weird niche that we've found ourselves in that you can get very passionate talking about Oliver or who had the best car and da da da. Like it's a fun time. Pine Snake, hello Pine Snake. Oh, Dr. Ben, how are you? And Brenna Duncan is third in the chat. Hello, Brenna Duncan.
Hello, student Dr. Ben.
The thing is, with what fascinates me about Top Gear is we find their character and the Grand Tour. We find their characters so enthralling, but I guarantee we would disagree with all of them politically.
Yeah,
they are like proper old school. Well,
here's the thing, though. No, here's the thing, though. Jeremy Clarkson is an unashamed Francophile, pro-European centrist.
Oh no, he's always slagging off Europe. Always like. I mean, look at how many episodes they do that are like.
It's all done as an act, as the part of it. During the EU referendum, he was speaking in French to French television about how stupid it would be to leave the EU. He complains to buggery that we've left the EU, believes there should be a European army, believes that we should have more Europe, not less of it, and he owns 3 houses in France.
Meanwhile,
schooled again.
Brenna, can you bring up the first link, por favor?
Handball.
Handball. So I'm stealing this from Dutch, first time ever. We talked about this yesterday on Dig on America. If you guys haven't checked it out, please go check out that YouTube channel as well. But the Norwegian beach handball team has been fined for not wearing bikini bottoms. So if you scroll down just a wee bit, Brenna, they have a picture.
Go down a little bit.
Go down a little bit. Go down a little bit.
Find
there it is. So that's what they're wearing in place of the bikini bottoms. It looks like for the audio listeners, it's close to like a biker short or Spankies, as they are.
Those are compression shorts. Those are compression hot pants.
The old hot pants. So they have been fined 150 euros each, 240 American, for wearing these.
No, that ain't that much. Euro ain't that strong. Not 240 American.
I thought that's what it said in the article. But the what's it called? The conversion might be a little off. But it's they were fined because everyone who plays beach handball, which I don't even know how that's a thing. How do you play? I'll have to look up some videos.
You
later.
don't even understand football, so you're.
You know what,
Wayne?
No.
I mean, when they start beach soccer, then I'll ask for your opinion.
They do it.
There's the
beach
soccer championship.
There's beach soccer? You guys are so bored over there.
Beach handball, beach kabaddi, beach volleyball.
Beach kabaddi. I love kabaddi. It's hilarious.
I'm sure beach basketball will be next.
That would be awful.
Why don't we just make a beach balls instead? Just good to be done with it all.
Just beach ball. Just
Beach
professional.
ball, just a blow up beach ball that you just throw it.
And there's Olympic competition for
Yes.
who's the best, who's the best at it. So
Mikey, continue.
Yes, sorry. So the team said that this wearing those compression shorts, the hot pants, is more comfortable for them, and it relieves some undue irritation throughout the match.
Chafing.
And they say,
Stand.
and they say, fuck that. You're going to show your ass or we're going to fine you. What say you, esteemed panel?
Pay the fine. Just pay the fine. If you're taking a political stance, you just pay the fine. Full stop. You are fully aware these are the rules. You just pay the fine and you keep doing it. And then it escalates and escalates and escalates, and that's how these political things happen. If they don't want to wear it and it's in violation of the rules will fine them. And because the rules will fine them, they will then just pay the fine, and then they will probably appeal when they keep on refusing to pay it, and then something will happen. And that's the only way how these things happen, is by making some stand like this.
What do the men wear?
Just traditional shorts.
I was going to say, I would love to know the demographic of the board that made this decision.
Right.
Okay, we've got Sepp Blatter, and Sepp Blatter.
Oh, that's going to go over the heads of our American
No
friends.
idea what that means.
But to every Brit and every European listening to this, they will be laughing their backsides off.
Yes, very much so.
Sepp Blatter was the former head of UEFA, or FIFA, sorry, who was the most corrupt prick ever. He's like, oh, you got a brand envelope for the money for me? Okay, you can do what you like, son. That's why the World Cup is in Qatar this year.
So
He also made comments that said, in order to improve the viewership of women's football, they should wear tighter tops, tighter shorts, and every time they get a yellow card, one of those items should come off.
Yeah, like Mike, is it called the lingerie NFL or something like that, or
the lingerie
foot? Yeah, it's basically he wanted that,
and that's
for professional sports.
And that's what really pisses me off is Brenna brought it up perfectly in what do the men wear? And it's the same thing when it comes to swimming, it's the same thing when it comes to gymnastics. It's all these sports where I hesitate at saying force the women to wear certain things, but like the tradition is for women to wear a leotard or for the women to be in a one piece or what I'm saying, something that's very revealing for them. But the men aren't asked to do anything that's revealing. It's always something that's based on comfort and range of motion.
Well, precisely.
It's always to make them better athletes, whatever they can wear to make them better athletes. But for the women, it's like, how do I put you in the least amount of fabric possible?
Mikey, you raise a really good point, because just recently, our eldest Sienna has been watching this show called Gym Stars, which is basically all about gymnastics and whatnot. And she loves it because she does tumbling and she does acro and all that sort of stuff.
That's probably very cute.
All the blokes are in like vests and long trousers, whereas all the women are in like really tiny like outfits. I'm like, well, why can't the women wear the trousers as well? Because surely that thesis of it makes us more aerodynamic to wear these trousers should apply to the women as well.
It's almost like the women aren't athletes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a sport where there is the same outfits for both male and female competitors. Dressage and show jumping.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you look at dressage and show jumping, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's over the top, 18th century British. But it's exactly the same for the men and the women.
So I think they should I think the sand volleyball team.
The beach handball stand volleyball team.
They should dress up in the 17th century getup that the high jumpers do.
That should just be the standard across all sports. and I will support that.
Okay. First of all, you making a horse jump over something is not a sport anyway. So don't try to pin me down on getting the name of it
I
wrong.
now challenge you
Uh-oh.
to go against me in a show jumping ring.
I'm not show jumping.
Oh, does that mean Mikey gets to ride you and then jump over a fence?
Stop it. Stop it.
And then you have to switch.
Onlyfans.com. Onlyfans.com.
That's a behind the paywall right there.
That is. If you want Phoebe,
if you want on the deviants,
if you want Phoebe to mount me, you're definitely gonna have to put that behind the paywall.
It's gonna be paid.
There's definitely gonna have to be a cash incentive for that activity to take place.
wow,
Yeah, there we go.
it's gone sideways.
Don't give it away for free. I
got
said.
nothing on this.
Don't give it away for free.
Phoebe, are the seagulls by you?
Yeah,
I hope so.
Because loud as fuck.
so
I'm sorry that I can't just go out and shoot the wildlife.
Just go and give them a few chips. Sorry. Americans, chips mean potatoes and
That have been deep fat fried after being cut into a nice chunk, not these skinny little things that you call French fries.
We call them crisps.
No,
those are
those
potato
those
chips.
French fries that you get from like McDonald's and stuff. They think they're chips.
I know. Bless them.
Anywho, back to the matter at hand. So they were saying that the committee who fined them were saying that it gave them an advantage by not having to, I don't know, dig wedgies out of their fucking ass crack for fucking the entire match.
Yeah.
In which I say, if this gives the ladies of the Norwegian sand handball team an advantage, then that would be like doping, right? They're cheating. So then they shouldn't compete, right? If they have an advantage, they should be banned from competition. But you're not banning them from competition because they're cheating. You're just fining them for not showing their butt cheeks.
Yeah.
And that's deplorable to me.
And if it gives them an advantage, why don't you just let the other people wear shorts as well?
Well, then there's less butt cheeks on the sand, Wayne.
Yeah. There's less sand up your ass crack. That's the problem. See, that's everybody's equally got their sand up their ass. So
See, I'm all about the sport, So if it means that it improves the game, then do it. We don't need to see your butt. Just put your
I mean,
shorts on.
if I want to see somebody's
Right.
butt, I can just go out to a nightclub now.
I mean,
Yes.
there are places
got
for
your double jab.
there's places for butt viewing.
Restrictions were removed in the UK.
What?
If you want to see butts,
we can go to that later.
see butts.
Sorry, Mikey. We can go to that later.
There's places for butts to be seen. Like there's places you can go to see butts all you want. I don't know why they have to get sand up their fucking vag the whole fucking match because you guys want to fucking put them on. Like why make them do things that are uncomfortable for them when you're not even fucking playing the sport? They're playing the sport. Let them wear whatever they want.
It's also culturally insensitive as well, because if that's part of the sporting dress code, are dispensations made for certain religions and certain countries? So say, for example,
A Sikh team.
Iran wanted to enter a women's team.
Yep.
Which we'd be on before them doing that.
We'd be for them doing that. But the regulations in the sport would say you have to wear a bikini.
Yeah.
So therefore the Iranians would go, that's not happening.
And why do they need a bikini? They're not fucking dancing around in the water. They're not swimming.
Right.
Why do they need a bikini anyway? They're on sand.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the origination of this. It's because beach sports, you're supposed to wear quote unquote beachwear. So therefore they consider a bikini to be beachwear.
Okay, so is a beach literally a sandbox anywhere? Because I don't think they're actually playing on
It's
the
not
beach.
in the UK, I could tell you that. Most of the UK, it definitely isn't.
You don't want to do that.
I would have. I've just quickly done this on my phone because I'm lazy and can be bothered doing my laptop. Beach volleyball players are wearing a hijab. So the pictures of Egypt's beach volleyball team, they wore full hijabs against women in very scantily clad outfits. So for all you viewers, you can go and Google that and see exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, a hijab is just covering the hair.
No, it's a whole thing. Hijab is
And that's a
the
niqab.
whole thing.
That's a niqab.
No. Hijab is from here to here, but the face is out.
Okay.
Change the rest of their faces are covered.
Yeah.
Let's see real quick.
I'm telling you.
I think I'm right about this one. Hijab, a head covering worn in public by some Muslim women. I fucking told you. I knew I wasn't wrong about that.
Look, it's right there.
Yeah, the hijab is the head covering. That's the religious.
Yeah, but they have to wear the full body covering because they can't show any.
But she had a jersey on. She's not. That's not. No, you're thinking of a burqa.
No, I'm not thinking of a burqa. Is this and this.
That's the total body thing.
We are deviating wildly from the original topic.
Yeah.
So I think I can officially.
Welcome to the BinPodcast.
Exactly. I think I can officially.
BinPodcast.
That's why we're called the Bin.
Because we're rubbish.
I think it's fair to say that the Norwegian team was right. The officiating crew is wrong. Fuck them. You're douchebags. Let them fucking wear what is comfortable for them. And sorry you can't get your jollies off by officiating their events.
Yeah.
Fuck
You know
you.
what we should do? We should throw this over to our Norwegian correspondent.
Oh, wait, what? Where'd he go?
He was here somewhere.
I don't know.
Bueller.
I don't know.
Bueller.
I don't see.
Soz can't see him.
All right, on to the next thing on the menu. Olympic swimmers. Phoebe, you had something about an Olympic swimmer?
I did. Can we chuck the article up, please?
Give me a second, people. I'm only one person. There we go.
Doorknob Head says, I can wear a douchebag. Sweet. Check that item off my bucket list.
So, yes, this is the quarantining rules for the Olympic Games. So, this is a story about a Spanish Olympic
What about
swimmer.
how my life? Sorry.
If you want your life to be turned upside breastfeeding down, then we can do that for you.
Sorry. It's just, anytime I hear those words in that combination, it's
In West Philadelphia.
Well, actually, this is in Tokyo, but there you go, not West Philadelphia.
IB.
So, this is a story about an Olympic swimmer who's had to leave her newborn child at home because he's not allowed into Japan because the child is not on the cleared exemption list for entering the Olympics. So she's been separated from her child, who is currently breastfeeding at the moment. And it's a bit of a weird story because they've selected her. She's an artistic swimmer. So that used to be synchronized swimming for those of you out there. And she suggested, well, he can quarantine with me, he can stay at the hotel, doesn't need to leave the hotel, he's not going to be wandering around potentially spreading COVID. And they've gone, nope, you need to leave your breastfeeding child at home. You can't bring your breastfeeding child with you. Even though it's beneficial to the child to keep on breastfeeding, you need to leave the child on the other side of the world whilst you compete in this country with nobody else in the stadium.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like the baby's going to be hitting all the bars in downtown Tokyo, just spreading COVID. Like, I don't know that that's what the baby who can't hold its head up is going to be up to.
Yeah. It does seem that there are rules, and then there are enforcement of those rules, which don't make any sense. And this leads me to a wider thing, because it breeds people getting resentful of the rules. Yeah. Because you read stories like this, and then people pick up on it, and it's like it's overzealous, over the top rule enforcement. Where I can see what some people will be saying: one rule for everybody, or the rules fall apart. Yeah, fine. But in this case, it's a rule which is being interpreted far too much, because it just doesn't make any sense to me to separate a mother and a baby on the rules that the baby could spread COVID.
I think
babies love sashimi. He's gonna be out.
Yeah,
I think Sorry, Brenna, go on.
No, it's you're right. You're right. It's what is the baby going to do? I mean, its whole purpose is to. I mean, I don't know anything much about babies, but I believe the idea is to eat, sleep, and poop.
And puke.
Oh, puke. Well, you gotta get some of that out. I understand. So
I ate too much.
there's nothing that this baby is going to do. This baby, it's more risk to not have this baby be with his mother in the safety of her own bodily milk is probably safer than the baby not drinking it. Like it doesn't make any sense. And yeah, this is going to end up being a lot more of a problem. And we don't know if this is the only case of something very similar to this.
So hot take. You don't go. You stay with the fucking baby. Fuck the game.
Yeah.
There'll be games again in 4 years. Like I would, and that's a hot take for me. I'm not leaving my baby who's breastfeeding and needs me to go fucking swim about. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I disagree.
Of course you do.
I disagree. I'll tell. Okay, I'll tell you for why, Mikey.
Yeah, tell me.
Because my girlfriend was a competitive swimmer who is now breastfeeding our youngest daughter.
Did she miss out on Tokyo?
Yeah. Damn you, Florence.
No, Flo is the cutest.
No, yeah.
But the other thing to remember here is that elite athletes have a very narrow window.
Yes.
At which they compete at the top. So yes, there was an Olympics 4 years ago. Yes, there'll be an Olympics in 3 years. So 5 years ago in 3 years' time. But the window could just be this one window you get.
Mm-hmm. I would say she has good cause for a lawsuit, because if you've been selected to go and compete, but you are being rejected because your infant is not allowed in, I would say that is a very, very good lawsuit to be filed at some point.
This from Pine Snake in the chat. Hello, Pine Snake. The problem isn't the mother's actions; it's the Olympic Committee's reaction to the mother needing to take the baby with her.
Yes,
this isn't the Olympic Committee that has said this.
This Japan.
Is the Japanese authorities that have said this.
And so, that being said, all those things considered, I still have to disagree with the decision, because if it comes down to that, where they say you will not bring your son here, I do not leave my son, bar none. That's it. You don't separate me from my fucking kid. Period. If my kid can't come with me, then you don't get me. And then now Spain, 100%. Now the Spain Olympic team or whatever, they need to go fight
Spanish.
Whatever. The Spanish International Olympic Committee.
Yeah, they need
artistic swimming team.
They need to go fight on my behalf.
Yeah.
Because if they want me there, they're going to fight on my behalf. They're going to get an exception. They're going to get these things. Because if not, I'm not going. I get that there's a pandemic. I get that things are dangerous for people. But the same risk of me being there is the same risk as if my infant son was there. So I'm going with my kid, or I'm not going. Now I gotta leave my kid behind.
So according to this article, the in Japan they say, oh yeah, he could the son can stay at the Olympic Village, and then you go and you breastfeed your child, but then you yourself are exposing yourself to the people that are staying there that are not your particular, pod of people. And you're going to risk that to your teammates and being able, especially now, because we are seeing that there are cases coming in to the Olympics of coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not like okay, I'll just have him stay in the village and I'll just go visit him a few times a day and be able to. No, this is serious health risk to everybody that she is even near, whether it's her teammates, her coaches.
But this could be the wider question: why are the Olympics taking place then?
Exactly.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah.
Why
not,
are they
if
taking
it's
place?
if it's not,
80% of the Japanese population want it sacked off. They do not want it. 80% of the population of the country. It's because the Olympic Commission is so fucking corrupt. It's all about money making.
Yeah.
It's all like none of these cunts get paid. They don't get paid to go there. They get sponsorship for shit that they do while they're out there, but they do not get paid.
Yeah.
They're just out there trying to win at the sport that they love.
Yeah.
So all of the other stuff is about TV revenue. It's about advertising revenue. It's about look at us at Tokyo. We're so great, and yeah, it's bollocks.
Yeah.
London 2012. London 2012 was all about Boris Johnson looking the nuts. That's all it was about. Waving flags. Hello, lad. I'm on my zip line. Got a per diem.
That was funny. That was funny, though.
But what I do say about London, though, just diverting off to London here, is that it did give a big impetus to actually do something with Stratford, because that was just a derelict wasteland. So the Olympics were that kick to do something. But I know that's not the case everywhere. If you look at Athens, who hosted in 2004, you look at Atlanta in 1996, you can't see any evidence that the Olympics were there.
Yeah, but
the stadium's still there.
No, they bulldozed the stadium in
Atlanta.
In Atlanta, it got bulldozed.
Yeah, we have in a few Olympics. We here in LA are going to have the Olympics back since '84, and it's one of the few times in which the Olympics are actually not going to be spending as much money on venues because we have all the venues. To the point where we're building more because we have to house our American football teams in the SoFi Stadium, and so that's going to be.
Is that the one in Inglewood?
Because
I know that when I was out in Inglewood, I saw that they were building some stadium there, a great big stadium there.
Yes.
Near the airport.
Yes. It's So we have the venues already, so it's one of the rare times in which we don't have to build anything. We just have to renovate a few things, and everything else is set, basically. I mean, I wish we had it, instead of Paris for the 2024.
Netheria Fade in the chat says, have you guys heard of the story of Simone Biles, a black gymnast, not being judged on her ability because she is too good? We talked about that a couple weeks ago too. That was our Olympic special.
Yeah.
She's amazing, and she's outclassing everyone, and she's like 4'11".
Yeah.
Just
Most of the best gymnasts are tiny. They're like this size.
They're like hobbits.
Yeah.
Little tumbling hobbits.
Yeah, exactly.
Which doesn't bode well for our Sienna, as she's taller than every girl in her class, or every kid in her class, and she loves gymnastics. So
she'll be good at the balance beam then.
Just start giving her coffee; it'll stunt her growth.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a gym parent, you got to be a gym parent from the start.
I might just start binding her. Just bind her.
Just
if you can,
how very ancient Chinese of you.
If you can flex her femur so that the muscle grows around it for a perfect jumping angle.
Yeah,
that would be ideal.
Let's do that.
All I can say is if student Dr. Ben is still watching this, he will be cringing just hearing that, because he is a medical student, and just hearing this, he will just be cringing.
Well, Ben is more than welcome to come into. Thank you, Tons of Mice, for fucking clipping me saying hoblets, because I think that is funny. Ben's here. Tons of Mice is in the chat. The infamous, the legendary.
Wow.
Finally.
Filter on.
Pine Snake agrees with me. Make her start smoking and force her to drink coffee. That'll stop her growth. Thank you, Pine Snake, for that.
But smoking what though? Tobacco, marijuana?
Yes.
All of it.
Well, no. We talked about an Olympic special. They can't smoke weed even if your mom just fucking died. If
Well,
you
yeah.
smoke any weed, they'll ban you from competition because weed
Even if
is a
it's legal
performance.
in where you are.
Because
Yep.
weed is a performance-enhancing drug somehow.
I tell
Maybe-
you this, on the subject of marijuana, there was a darts player, arrows on a board, that got banned from competing in the World Championships because he tested positive for marijuana.
Yeah, but you have to be
Darts
drunk
player.
for those things. Like,
Mm.
I understand. You have to be completely and utterly blasted in order to get that. I mean, that's the rules.
Because
He went into the Matrix.
the pinnacle of physical fitness.
Yes, they are, aren't they? I mean, remember
look at them
Phil
big
Taylor?
Hawaiian shirts.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I'm throwing the arrows.
What is it? 2 pints or 3 for this game? I think we'll go with 3. It could go to 5 legs.
It's
Kind of
one of
five
those like it's like weightlifting, right? Like you drink one, you wait 20 minutes, and then you have to shoot, and then if you make it in the center, you have to go for another pint, and then
Oh no, it's not the
wait
center.
20 minutes, and then you
It's that little circle round where they're all trebles.
yeah. So
I
the
mean-
more that you can handle,
When-
it's like
when
beer
was-
fest.
When was the last time you went to Foot Locker to get your favourite dartist's shirt?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
Or
They
your
have-
favorite snooker player's shirt.
They have jerseys. They have the snooker jerseys, the darts jerseys. And then the cleats. Those are really expensive though. Snooker cleats they got to deal with the sticky peanut fucking shells all over the fucking bar floor, so they're very special.
You gotta be right in there. You gotta-
They're non-slip
see,
from
that's-
all the beer on the floor.
That's the proof of something that's not a sport and it's a game. If you have to go to a sports shop and buy the tools to participate in that sport and not the gear, it's not a sport, it's a game. So I can go to a sports shop and buy darts. I can go to a sports shop and buy a pool cue or a snooker cue, but I can't buy the gear. Why is that?
Because the table's already provided, Wayne. Or walk around with a whole pool table. What's wrong with you? Crazy man. What are you,
If
insane?
I'm walking around, here's the thing. If I'm walking around with snooker slates and like some levels and some of the bays to go over the top of it, I didn't think I was nuts. Snooker tables and pool tables, they take hours and hours to construct properly. The ones at the World Championships, you'll see them like deconstruct these tables, and they'll have like levels, and there'll be like a team of like 12 people around them, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's a bit warm here. We've got to cool this bit. Got to warm this bit." And it's like,
Wayne's just walking through Essex with a fucking dolly, just pulling a pool table behind him.
I'm gonna name drop here.
Oh, here we go.
Stephen
Here-
Hendry, Steve Davis, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
I'm friends with the former world champion Stuart Bingham of snooker fame, and to know what it takes
Stuart
for his
Bingham.
his snooker table that he has in his practice room, like it's heated. It's like the slates have to be like put in a certain temperature. It's ridiculous. Like what goes into snooker and pool. We think it's just like
The base is
turn-
like 2 millimeters thick. It's
Yeah.
really, really, really fine base on it. For those of you who are unaware what the base on a snooker table is, it's the green bit.
yeah.
Can't be bothered. Can't be bothered.
Yeah. No.
I see. Oh, what color am I? Okay. Hit the ball as hard as I can and hope for the best.
Right.
Come on, roll into there. I'm a slot player.
That's how Brenner does curling.
I will blast the other curling stones into the arena by
That's what we
whipping it at full force.
This is where Brenner goes to the other end of the house. You realize, shit, that was a bit hard.
Yeah.
Those other stones, they're all in pieces.
Yeah.
Fuck the broom, get the catapult.
Oh.
He's got the trebuchet. Now let me
Just
say
sitting
some
there
real.
dipping in
Speaking of
top,
curling,
setting it on
Sorry,
fire.
you have to watch Men with Brooms because there is a part of it in which the curling stones break. It's great. It's ridiculous, but
You see,
What are the?
When-
But
when-
speaking
when-
of curling and the Olympics, I remember back in 2002, the highest rated sporting event of the whole year was the Great Britain women's team winning the Olympic curling final, and like 30 million Brits tuned in to watch it. It was
they were all
crazy.
Scottish as well.
they're
I know they were all Scottish.
they're Scottish.
until they're doing something positive, and then they're British.
Right, exactly. Until they win. And then
A bit like the England team last week, hey?
Yeah.
Voice of a
English until you're
nation.
black.
It's coming to Italy.
Yeah.
It's coming Rome.
It's coming Rome, yeah. British till black.
Yep, exactly.
Speaking of British,
Uh-oh.
Chizumba.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
That was the worst segue ever.
Yeah. How is that relevant?
Yeah, that was terrible.
Oh, you
Take
guys.
that back.
Oh, you guys
Try
don't.
that again.
Oh, you guys don't get it. Wow, you don't even get it.
Hi, everybody.
I'm new to these parts.
Oh, what's that face? Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us
Hello.
at the BinPodcast. There are ways that you can actually help support us either doing this and actually doing more. So some of the ways that you can do it is smash that like button.
Smash it.
Smash it. You can you can subscribe, you can get that little bell thing that's supposed to tell you about notifications, but hardly ever.
If you do the bell, make sure you put all and not like selected or featured or whatever, because then they'll tell you that we went live at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Yep. Which doesn't really help us. You could share, you can go on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, whatever floats your boat.
Boat
At
floaters.
this point.
We're floating boats now. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Your
Well,
little
do you
boat
see this?
floaters.
This is normal for me. I took that picture, by the way.
Nice.
Nice photo. Shame there's a person in the way.
Ooh.
Is that better for me?
Yes, you
There we
did.
go.
I've actually never seen it without you in the middle of it. There's houses there.
Yeah.
I would
Kinda
never.
Yeah, there's the jetty over there. This is the entrance into the harbor. I was with my Mavic Air 2, if anybody needs to know. It wasn't even the professional style one. Anyway,
Anywho.
there are some ways that you can actually help us financially. So one of the
What?
best ways to help us financially is actually going to patreon.com/TheBinPodcast and becoming one of our wonderful patrons.
Do it.
And that will help us not just continue creating this show, but to do our fun projects that will require you to pay a little bit.
Boots and bonnets on the way, right behind the BJ specialist.
So we're going to start doing that very soon, and the only way that you're going to be able to see quite possibly some really good-looking people is through that way.
Ridiculously good.
Whoa.
Yes, I'm talking about me and Jenna. So.
Not us.
Not you guys.
Oh, so I've got a face like a dropped pie.
I do not associate myself with the other two on here.
Yeah.
It's just Brenner and myself, and then there's just two other people.
Yeah, the
Ouch.
good-looking people.
Wow.
Yeah.
The best-looking.
That's why you're full screen right now.
Did you see that I got my hair done yesterday?
The Dark Phoenix returns.
I got my hair done yesterday. Anyway, go to patreon.com/BinPodcast, become one of our patrons, and then you get to see all the cool stuff that we get to do behind the paywall. But there's only one way to see it, and it's to sign up.
Even
Give
like
us your money.
like $1.
Patreon needs you to sign up to the
Exactly.
Bin Podcast.
Do it.
Good thing we're not doing it in like 3D. That would be scary.
Oh, my girl, the Mrs. Famine just got an Oculus.
Ooh.
I won't play it. She's having a blast with Beat Saber, but I can't be bothered.
She just got an Oculus.
Is
Is that covered by your healthcare?
Oculus Quest 2?
Oh, the fun one.
Yeah. So she's been running around doing adventures and Beat Sabering and all that shit.
The alarm thing. Cool.
She's converted her office into I come in there and there's like one of my beanies is over the top of like the door stopper. And then like everything that has a hard surface has something of mine soft over it, so that she doesn't stub a toe or
Make
anything like
sure.
that. And apparently, if you get close to a wall or something like that, it goes from the regular whatever you're seeing in the game to the actual wall that you're about to run into.
Oh, cool. Even better.
So once you get towards that boundary area, it'll just fade into other shit. I'm like, huh. Interesting. I'm not playing it though. I saw Sword Art Online. I'm good.
Can we start talking about other things banging into walls?
Speaking of banging into walls.
Ew.
Hold on, isn't it?
Did you feel that one personally?
Oh.
And now for a
Wow.
crunching gear change to Conversation Street.
With
You
conversation.
felt that personally, didn't you? You love that. Anyway, I
Engage
just
the
wanna,
clutch.
I wanna add a little bit of funny to this, but
Oh dear,
So-
we're making Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz funny. Oh
so
dear.
Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene are doing this tour around the country in their America First bullshit kind of thing. Now, if you don't know a little bit of background about who Matt Gaetz is and who Marjorie Taylor Greene is, well, they're representatives in the Congress. Matt Gaetz is currently under investigation for human trafficking of underage girls.
That's always lovely in your elected officials.
So he's not doing very much right now. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene is a recent addition, which is probably the most QAnon, to the point where just a few days ago she got kicked off of Twitter. She got a 12-hour Twitter ban for her anti-vax and COVID denying bullshit that she does. I believe she wears like one of the masks that say like "Stop the Steal" or something like that.
Too late,
She also
bitch.
had all her committee assignments taken away from her recently
That was
because she was
exactly
barking
what
up
I
to
was
them
going to say. We are correct, where she doesn't even have any committee assignments. So you've got two people that are absolutely doing nothing, who are probably the most far right crazy. And what do you do with them? Get rid of them by sending them around the country. Now, California, big ass place. We're going through some shit right now. They decided that they would try to find a venue in Orange County, where I live, in I believe Laguna Hills. And Laguna Hills said, "I'm sorry, you can't be here. We're not prepared for this. It is going to be a drain on our resources." So they got kicked out there. So they decided to go to Riverside County, which is next door, a little bit more conservative area of our beautiful state. Riverside said, "No, you're not coming here. Please get out." So
In the
they
words
go.
of Stone Cold, they said,
So they
Didn't
go.
Ronald Reagan once say that Orange County was always and will forever be a Republican stronghold?
That's what it was until a few years ago. Actually, we flipped completely. All our congressional representatives for about 2 years were Democrats here, and now we're out registering the Republicans. So good on us. So saga continues. So they got kicked out of Orange County, tried to go to Riverside. Riverside said no, get out. They go back to Orange County. They went to Anaheim. Anaheim says, absolutely positively not. We're not going to allow you to be here. It's going to be dangerous. We cannot handle it. Public safety is going to be a nightmare. So eventually what they did, see if it's in this one. First off, they went, of course, on Twitter crying that they got canceled. Oh no!
You are silencing my free speech.
Oh
Don't
no!
click the
The
advert, don't click the
Democrats are
advert.
horrible. They're so mean. Fucking snowflakes.
Wow.
And so
I love Angry Brenner.
So anyway, they decided to hold a protest in Riverside where they basically just walked around, they just hung out with a bunch of right-wing crazies and not so right-wing crazies that made fun of them. But and then of course Marjorie Taylor Greene got kicked out of off Twitter, and I won't go into a lot of their other shit that happened, but damn well I am so proud of California for actually recognizing that this is very dangerous. Not just their words and their rhetoric, but the who the hell knows what they're going to be saying and how they're going to be saying it. Because they are dangerous people because they spread lies, very dangerous lies. Anyway, anybody have any thoughts, predictions?
Aren't they?
I say,
Isn't Marjorie like super supreme anti-vaxxer?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why I wouldn't give you use of my conference hall so you can get 2,000 other anti-vaxxers in here so you guys can all spread and help the fucking virus mutate into another fucking epsilon variant that we're not fucking prepared for.
Yeah. Pretty much. And California, our numbers are again going up because the non-vaccinated individuals are now going into the places it's because the lawn men are coming.
The log men.
Non.
Oh, long no.
Praise law.
On this story, they didn't finish there. They decided to go to the beach. And I'm about to drop into our shared links. So the bottom link, links to the video of what happened to Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz on the beach.
Don't think we can play video.
Yeah, no playing of videos though, because I don't want the Twitter bots and the algorithm bots to get angry at them. So just paint us a word picture.
Yes.
But anyway, a fan, in inverted commas, on the beach, dressed up like Uncle Sam, goes over to them, and they think he's a fan, and goes, wow, I didn't know you were a pedophile. Those pedophile allegations are all wrong against you. I don't believe you're a pedophile at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. The sooner all this sort of investigation comes out and gets dealt with, the better. Because I think that he's running defense so hard, and she's clinging on to his coattails so much that they're getting more publicity from the media because the media just love a gossip story. But in reality, they should be ignoring the pair of them.
They love a train wreck, and these two are train wrecks. And their entire saga of this tour has been a massive train wreck. And so that's the only there are tons of articles that are like they get denied or they're not, they have to move their venue again. Like it's a train wreck just headlines, and then you want to know more about their horrible tour that they're just destroyed.
The thing is, they must be Googling themselves, seeing how much coverage they're getting, and be going, "Yeah, we're winning." Really? Oh yeah.
But they're not
so much.
They're not smart people, though. So this is.
Of course, they're not smart people.
This is winning to them.
Talking to not smart people. The smart people that are listening to them don't understand. Like they can get in front of a crowd saying, "Look at the Democrats. Those libs are trying to silence us. The communists are coming to get you," and all their people are going, "Yeah, you're right." Like. Wow, you're so right. Not knowing that they didn't have proper permits, they didn't sign contracts. The cities were going to get. Of course, they won't pay for any of these things, and if they did or they promised to sign the contracts, they wouldn't pay for it anyway because this is fundraising for them, and nobody's giving them money for this because the people they're going after don't have money.
I struggle to find the point of all of it, right?
It's
Other than
grift.
other than how do I get money out of people's pockets for doing nothing? Because they're not talking about doing much of anything. They're just griping in a convention hall. That's what
they're
Twitter.
just grifters.
That's what Twitter's for. Oh, you can't
And
get on Twitter.
they're not looking for money from the people that they're speaking to. They're looking for money for the people who go on Twitter and say, look at these guys are fighting for free speech and free enterprise and all this stuff. They're looking for the big donors. The big donors are looking at what they're doing. That's all it is.
Look,
It's the Donald Trump kind of thing that they learned, that you're not going for the small people, you're going for the big people.
look at all these morons I got into one spot. That's got to be worth something.
Are they up for midterms next year?
All of the houses, yes.
So do you think that's why they're grafting now? Sorry, grifting. Yeah. Graft is actual work. Grifting is just a fucking joke.
Maybe we're looking at this wrong. Maybe we need to start renting out convention centers. Like, see, we actually got a spot. Give us money.
Mm-hmm.
Can we start? Can we turn our show into grifters?
Maybe all four of us should run for public office in our locality and do these same kind of tags to see how far we get in our respective localities.
No. Because what if I fucking win? Then I'll have like another job. And look, between the fucking 6 internet shows, my 40-hour-a-week job, I don't know.
I'm sorry. You're assuming that Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz have a job because they got elected. They don't have a job.
Right. I actually need to get paid and do something. Like, I need to do something with my time. They're completely
But they're getting paid $1.50 a year to be in Congress.
Oh, that's a definite upgrade. All right, I'm running for Congress. All right, guys. My name is Mikey Famine, and I approve this message. Give me all your cash, and I'll make fun of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Vote for me.
I would run for local council around here, but I'd be too militant for the people around here.
Yeah, then someone would start bringing up time zones, and Wayne would just have a whole tizzy.
Shut up, you dickhead.
The good news is Wayne can do the Boris Johnson vote. He can do an excellent version of Bojo.
Do you know what? I could do that. I could do the I could go in as like a Boris Johnson apologist and get the Conservative vote, and then come in and be all fucking liberal. Bitches.
Adam.
But in Britain, just because I'm a trans woman, I am therefore unelectable. Full stop. I'm unelectable.
It's true.
For
now. At the moment.
For now.
The first trans person to get elected in the UK will have their life ruined by the media.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first sort of major trans celebrity was Kelly Maloney, and look how she was treated in the media when she went through into Big Brother. It was everything was brought up because this is wrong, you can't be trans, you can't be this, you can't be that. It was
the first trans celebrity was actually April Ashley in the 60s.
Yeah, that's someone I'm not familiar with, so I can't speak to that. But I'm talking of modern times.
Recently,
yeah. And look how she was treated. Former boxing promoter. So manly
sport. UKIP candidate for Mayor of London.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Speaking of London, how's London dealing with COVID over there?
Oh, we've got this new little policy coming in.
A new sensation.
Called the COVID passport. Ooh. Look at this.
Segway.
So what's going on is we had Freedom Day.
England. Wait. England had Freedom Day?
We had no. Listen,
they're not free. They have universal health care.
Listen to the beautiful irony. We had Freedom Day, and on Freedom Day, Boris Johnson had to self-isolate with his health secretary and the
Chancellor.
than the Chancellor of the Exchequer, purely because the Health Secretary tested positive for COVID, and they were close contact, so they got pinged, and is a term that we use when it comes to the NHS app. The NHS app is supposed to tell you when you've been in close contact with someone who's had COVID. They got pinged, so they're supposed to self-isolate as the rest of the populace was. The rest of the populace are told you need to go and stay home for 10 days. Boris Johnson was weirdly on a government trial about testing, so he could go about his day without isolating. 2 hours and 36 minutes later, they flipped it and said, no, he's isolating because of the outcry about it. Anyway, that's a buy.
I was just talking about how Britain is the most colonialist piece of fucking garbage shite ever. How the fuck can they have a Freedom Day? The fucking irony of that is what I was speaking on. But go on.
It reminds me, just
from
slightly
an American,
on what Mikey has just said about how they're trying to make the day that we voted to leave the European Union a public holiday, and they're going to try to have this Festival of Britain 2022 to celebrate Britain becoming a free country once again. And I just go,
look at us, we're all on our own. We're here. We are an island state. No one can tell us what to do. The Americans, they're our friends and allies, but they cannot dictate to us. And the European Union, our allies, we need them. They need us. Again, carpe diem. Yeah, that's Boris Johnson in a nutshell. But anyway, getting back to the point, I've done my performance piece. Scene.
royalties will be paid after the show.
No, I want clicks.
I can only snap with one hand.
Oh, bless you. So anyway, what's going on over here is Freedom Day was just the other day, where they opened up all nightclubs, removed all restrictions. Everything's like hunky-dory. We can go into everywhere without a mask if you don't want to. Christy. Right, but come September, these nightclubs that they've just reopened, unless you've been double jabbed, you've been fully vaccinated, and you can prove it via a vaccine passport, you ain't allowed in.
Or you've had COVID within the last 9 months.
Yeah. Or you can prove on the day that you test negative, you can't come in otherwise. So effectively, it's a tool to encourage the young people. I'm not one of them anymore. Thanks, Mikey.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Brenner points something out in the article. You can have as many negative tests as you want. They're going to say, we don't accept your negative test.
That's a waste of tests. Just go get your vaccine.
Yeah, so it's a way to coerce people into getting the vaccine. But at the same time, in a very snidey way, it's trying to get people to sort of like go, oh, I need to get this. And should I get it? Should I get it? No, I want to go on holiday. I want to go to a nightclub. So stab me up. We're fine. It's really sneaky. It's very big brothery. And I'd just like to get your guys' opinion on the tactic.
The bigger problem I have with this as a Brit is that will the NHS COVID app become like the one thing that you're required to have that the government can use to say, well, you're a good boy, you're a good girl, you're a good citizen, you can do all these things. Whereas if you're somebody who's a bit more like me, who doesn't like the government intruding, who doesn't really like downloading things that the government tell me to download and quite values my privacy, even though I am fully vaccinated, I don't want the government on my telephone. I don't want to voluntarily allow the government on my telephone.
You don't have to have the government on your telephone. But
the COVID app is started off as one of these things that...
There are two ways of getting it. I'll stop you there. There are two ways of getting it because a lot of older people do not have smartphones. So what the government are proposing are sending out a card with your vaccine passport on it, which is going to be free of charge, and it will just have like a QR code on it or something like that. So you don't actually have to have the app.
This is the first I've heard of this.
Yeah, it's because the thing is, how many old people that want to go to football, want to go to gigs or whatever, that haven't got a smartphone?
Right.
So the proposal is basically sending out a QR code that when that QR code is scanned, it will have like all your details on there, and the person who's scanning it will see who you are. So there's no way of blagging it. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's like, "Oh, we'll just get a letter and I'll just photocopy it and send it to me mates." Well, no.
No, it's like they won't accept the card, the cardboard card that they've written on. That's not acceptable.
Exactly. Oh, you've just got a bit of cardboard that's been stamped by some random. Yeah, that's fine. Go on, son, get in.
Yeah, well done.
But no, it's they're doing a two-pronged sort of attack on it. It's going to be either an actual card, which is classed as a passport, or a QR code on your phone, because
so
a lot of people
on the card I have a lot less problem with. As a trans woman who distrusts society, who distrusts authority, who distrusts the police, who distrusts the government, I don't really want to be required to go about my daily life to download the app. I haven't downloaded the app. I have never downloaded the app.
Same.
So I think that's like while I respect that privacy and I feel the same way, we are in unusual circumstances, and I'm not sure that app is going to give the government more about you than they already know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, I really do not trust the government at all. And it comes partly because I'm a trans woman in a country that hates my existence, that genuinely hates my existence, and has a government that is actively trying to make my existence illegal.
I don't hate your existence.
Shut up,
I'm
you.
in your country.
Shut up, you.
You're from London. London's a separate country.
No, I'm your Lord Wanker of Essex. Respect your fucking authority.
Here's the question: are you inside or outside the M25?
Outside. Well outside.
Don't
move the goalpost. Go on.
Anyway, go ahead,
London is a
Phoebe.
separate country, but yeah, there are random people out there that don't hate my existence and don't want trans people not to exist. There are people out there, and they are, according to opinion polls, the majority of the UK population. But the government and the media and the structural institutions of the United Kingdom do not want me to exist. So what next can the government add to that in my medical record?
Mm-hmm.
Say the last bit again. What can the government add to your medical
So what
record?
else could the government add? Could they add my medical records? Could it be that, oh, we're now going to tell everyone you're trans?
Well, the thing is, Phoebe, we give away so much data just to play Candy Crush. All right? We give up so much data to use Facebook, Twitter. We dox ourselves to a degree every single day. We dox ourselves just on here.
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone really give a fuck, they would have heard both my daughter's names, my girlfriend's name, and the area that I lived. That's enough for someone to triangulate roughly where I am.
I also put your address in the chat. I apologize.
Yeah. You missed it. Sorry.
That's all right, Mikey. Don't open that package.
There's powdery substance all over this thing.
Smells nice.
Yeah. I actually have your home address.
Sweet to the sense.
That's a bit...
I have all their home addresses. It's fine. I only send them merch.
I'm getting very sleepy after smelling that.
With slow release chemicals.
It almost feels like my lungs are disintegrating. This is the weirdest smelling thing ever. It's turning into mush.
But what I'm saying is, it's like we can be as paranoid as we like about the government intervention in our lives, but at the same time, we give up so much to corporations freely and daily. So where do we draw the line? Because the most nefarious people will be people that are trying to turn us over, and the most people that are trying to turn us over are going to be corporations that are trying to take money off of us.
Mhm.
Like I Googled, like our shower broke the other day, and I quickly went on Amazon of all places to see the rough cost of a new shower. And now I'm getting emails. Oh, shower. You want a shower? You want a shower? You want a new shower? Oh, where's a new shower? And then I'll get an email from some third party. Oh, look, you like showers. So where do we draw the line? If it's commercial interests, we seem to be fine about it. But when it comes
personally,
to...
I'm not fine with commercial interests either, and I go through and I'm trying my best to opt out of all that stuff.
Yeah, but how do you?
You read through the terms of service, and there's usually things you can click on, and you can purge your cookie caches, you can reject the cookies when you go in there. It's an active thing to do, but I try my best to actively do that.
But the problem is, when you reject cookies, you tend to get a limited service, don't you? You only get a limited... Yeah, again, so when it comes to the vaccines, if you're not double jabbed, you get a limited service.
But I am double jabbed.
No, but what I'm saying is, when people are arguing, saying we shouldn't be getting double jabbed, being coerced into being double jabbed, it's the same thing as saying we reject cookies. Well, if you reject cookies, you get a limited service. So what people, for me, are saying, we don't want your cookies, but we want everything. Fuck it. I've been double jabbed. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Bill Gates can control me right now. Look.
Why did he start doing the 1980s robot dance? Like, what? That is not what Bill Gates is like. Yes,
because
now I
he's
have
watching.
Now I've got Wayne to do my dance. Finally. And it's legitimate. Like Phoebe's, like your fears and your worries are completely legitimate. It's just we're kind of at an age now where a day and age where we can't. It's hard to parse out the two, and it sounds stupid and it sounds very kneel to your authoritarian God King, but it's kind of like for now we kind of have to stomach some of this because what's the alternative? The alternative is we don't have the system and we have more people dying from COVID. I don't know that if that's worth the government having my information for even a limited amount of time. And by and large, they have all of that information anyway. It's just like people are continually getting scammed in the U.S. for fucking a fucking call center in New Delhi calls them, says they're the fucking IRS. You got to go to Target or get an Apple gift card, and you got to give me $1,200, but don't let the cashier know what's going on.
Yeah.
The fucking IRS has never had a phone number, but they've always been able to get a hold of people and reach out and touch people. Funny that
they do. In American movies, it's 555-5555.
Yeah, it's the government.
Klondike 55555. Why is it 555?
Inches 5.
Because people fucking call them.
There is a thing about it. I'll tell you about it later.
Because everyone wants to call Indiana Jones. But that's the thing though. Like, if the government wants you, they'll come get you.
Yeah.
They don't need this app to do it. If they wanted to interpose themselves, I don't know. They could have done any of this shit during January 6th, but they didn't.
Mikey, what's that hook coming in from the side of?
There's a cock behind you.
Oh, that's in remembrance for our well esteemed
our falling colleague. Fallen colleague.
Never.
Falling off.
Almost said something very rude, but I'll tell you guys after we're off air.
Who's new friends now?
But that's like I get the concern and I get the worry.
Yeah.
But if they wanted it, if you've ever gone out in public, they got you.
Yeah.
If you've gone out in public once, they got you. If you've
Mhm.
used any of your credit card, debit cards, even cash, they got you.
Mm-hmm.
The monster is so scary. Like we're all, it's the closer I am to danger, the further I am from harm. It's kind of that way now because they literally have everything. As soon as you bought a cell phone, they got you.
Yeah.
You're done.
And Phoebe, do you realise that we are the most surveilled state in the world?
UK is, yes.
Yeah.
But walking down the street, walking down any town centre of the UK, you're on an average of 19 security cameras.
Mm-hmm.
At any one point, you're on an average of 19 security cameras.
Yeah. It's and not only that, with the introduction of things like Ring video doorbells and other such devices,
Yep.
yeah, you're fucked. I mean,
And
how many?
blanket use of ANPR, for example.
Yeah, and how many times have you looked on your Facebook and someone said, "Oh, this person was sniffing around my car last night," and it was like a Ring video doorbell footage. We've got cameras everywhere, absolutely everywhere. To get away with something, you've got to be some fucking absolute Lex Luthor level genius.
Or just don't download the app. Oh wait, it doesn't work that way because everyone else has the app already, and you're fucked.
So, I haven't got a smartphone or the internet. I can get away with everything. Hey.
And it's funny because people like at my shop, people will come in and say, I don't want to get the app for like the savings program or whatever because I don't want the government knowing all my shit. I don't want to download that. I'm like, bitch, you're on camera.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're on camera right now.
They're following you around.
You're already here.
Here, and
Yeah,
here.
like you're
There's
already
facial
being
recognition
surveilled.
software. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're kind of already in the fishbowl at this point. Like you might as well be able to go out to your pub and make it easier on the fucking bouncers who have to fucking. Good luck to those fucking blokes who are gonna have to fucking sort through everybody's fucking vaccination records to fucking let somebody in to have a Guinness. Like, couldn't imagine. But we're out of time.
Why are you hating on the Guinness?
Oh, I'm not hating on the Guinness. I was just decrying the poor job that those guys have.
We've covered some ground tonight, and I think this is a good time to wrap.
Take us
because
home.
Oh, hello.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that tan.
Oh.
Goes where I goes, didn't I? Look at this sick.
Look at the
sick tan.
Look at the beautiful artwork on the fridge. Oh, your fridge is open, by the way.
No, it's not.
He's gonna look.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is the joys of being mixed race. Look at this. Look at this.
It's a beautiful color.
From cream to Ronseal. You know what I mean?
Make up words.
That's exactly what it says on the tin.
Exactly. You see, this is what it's like having a fellow Brit on here. It's much easier. Anyway.
Wow. Okay, we're done. Thanks.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Bin podcast is falling apart right now. Anyway, no, this has been the Bin podcast. We've covered a lot of ground, so thank you very much for watching. I would very much like to thank our very special guest, Phoebe.
Baby.
Woo! It was a real pleasure.
Thank you for stepping in and having a good time. So for Mikey.
That guy.
For Brenna.
You can't see me. I can't see you.
You're not John Cena. And for me, Wayne, Lord Wanker of Essex. This has been the Bin podcast.
And Jartan the prick.
Us.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever, Jartan.
Who?
Oh.
That guy?
Yo, maybe we should get Hassan Piker on the show.
Oh!
for This has been the Bin podcast. Thank you. Good evening. Good morning. Good night.